Nintendo time.
You're right about those characters. That's hilarious.
Now, the Nintendo Direct went for 40 minutes, well, 38 minutes. It's the only company that had a majority of gameplay for game announcements, and there's like so many coming out this year. They focused on games that were coming out this year.
They had substance.
Wasn't expecting much heading in, but I was actually really, really happy when it came out of it. So
we actually had a discussion about that in our little Discord channel, didn't we?
Yeah.
We talked about trying not to build things up and your expectation levels. Because if you're constantly putting expectations of what you're going to see or find, for a majority of the time, you're not going to hit that. And it's actually quite demoralizing.
So we can see on the screen here, Kazuya Mishima announced for Smash Brothers Ultimate, who is from Tekken, the main dude from Tekken. Now, a couple of shows back, I spoke about how Tekken 8 was my very first Tekken game, and I asked the question, what is it with cliffs? And Triple Indy in the chat, who is a massive fighter and Tekken fan, said, yeah, throwing people off cliffs is sort of a theme in Tekken.
Yeah.
And then we saw this trailer where he is just throwing everyone off a cliff, and I laughed my ass off. I thought that was great.
I thought it was great, but I thought it went for way too long.
It did. Like, they could have done with the trailer and then that's it. So Sakurai announced a direct specifically for Kazuya in the next week, I think. But yeah, great trailer. Great little comedy spot with Kirby at the end. It was good. But he's coming soon. Life is Strange Colors is coming to Switch on September 10th. And the remaster of the original game is coming later this year. Braden, you played that game?
What?
Life is Strange.
Oh, yeah. Life is Strange. I'm glad they're doing a remaster, even though some of the shots don't really look like there's actually any sort of remastering going on.
It looks the same.
Yeah, it looks basically the same. But, I think that's, like, the art style doesn't really
like
harken to a HD release. But...
I was confused as to what it was because of the way they introduced it with an anime.
Yes, yeah, they did an animated sequence and you're like, oh, are all the characters together? And it's like there's a sequence in the new one where the old characters come to it.
I think it was just marketing. I think it was just a released anime.
It was weird.
Like, the anime wasn't that polished.
No, it was a weird thing. But yeah, and then so we get a HD re-release of the first two, and then we get the new one coming soon.
But does that sort of mean that the spoiler alert, the correct ending is the one where they screw the town?
I believe so. I think they've.
That's the canon ending?
I think they've said that, haven't they?
All right.
I thought they came out and said that at some point. Yeah, I find it weird when these games with multiple endings come out and go, hey, this is the one. And then, like, half the community's like, oh, well, I guess I don't matter.
Yeah.
Mario Party Superstars was announced, which is Nintendo 64 boards remastered from Mario Party 1 to 3 and is out October 29. They kept this under their hat pretty well.
This is cool, though.
It's a nice little one.
It's the Mario Kart 8 of Super Mario Party.
I just really hope they've taken out the games that thrashed your joystick and burnt an imprint of the N64 controller into the palm.
How many 64 controllers got screwed because of that game?
To this day, you pick up Nintendo 64 controllers and the toggle just goes boom. Bloom.
So this isn't just DLC or anything?
No, this is an entirely new game.
But it's still just the new Mario Party with the old stuff.
Correct. The old board's remastered in the new Mario Party, but they've integrated online play in it. And apparently the online...
go swimmingly.
No, apparently it worked really, really well with Mario Party.
Yeah?
Like,
okay.
People were actually really surprised with how well it worked.
Cool.
I guess because Mario Party, you can sort of stall for lag.
Yeah.
It's not like...
that makes sense.
Mario, was it New Super Mario Brothers, which had the online play, was awful.
Yeah, well, I guess for the mini games it would actually be quite important, but like for the rest of the game, it wouldn't, because it's all turn-based. So, But yeah, the mini games, that'd be interesting to see how that was.
Then we had Metroid Dread announced.
Woo!
You're excited about this one, Floppy?
Yeah, I am.
Do you know the backstory behind it?
I do not.
You don't?
No, I've never actually sat down and played a Metroid game. But I've always wanted to. And so when this came out and it was a side scroller, I was like, fuck yeah, I'm in.
This is the part here where it came out and said Metroid 5. I went, oh my goodness. So I've got a little diatribe here from Wikipedia that sort of explains why the fuss about Metroid Dread.
Why the fuss?
Why the fuss? The title Metroid Dread first appeared in 2005 on internal Nintendo software list of key DS games set to be announced in the future. This led to the expectation that it would appear at E3 Convention 2005 or 2006. Metroid Dread is the only game on the internal software list that has not yet been released. It was to be a 2D side-scrolling video game and the sequel to 2002's game Metroid Fusion. By late 2005, rumours spread that Metroid Dread was cancelled or placed in development hell. The game was listed in February 2006 issue of Official Nintendo Magazine with a release date of November 2006. The March issue listed a general 2006 release date with a suggestion to look to E3 that year for further details, but the game never appeared at the convention. And like IGN reported on it, and all these game sites reported on it, and it just went silent.
Yeah.
And then for them just to bring it out now for the Switch is sort of like a pretty cool deal.
There was no leaks, no hints, no nothing about this, was there?
No, but
I don't
mean,
remember seeing anything.
You do look at the gameplay. Oh, there was rumors of a 2D Metroid, but everyone just sort of went, oh yeah, whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
No one knew that it was actually Dread.
Yeah.
You look at it, and I can see how it was a DS game. Like, looking at this footage, you can see...
You can see it being developed for a DS.
Hearing that story, one, it makes me go, okay, well, I understand why people freaked out about it now. I understand, like, why people cared. Because I wasn't particularly partial to it or anything. It also explains why it looks like that.
Yeah.
And I think it sort of... It gives it a bit more of a reason or an excuse, but, like, I understand. Yeah.
I personally think, like, just my own personal opinion, there's no evidence to suggest this. I think the pandemic hit and Nintendo went, what have we got? And this was sort of almost done. Like, all of the major work was done. They just had to sort of tinker here and there, so they had something to release.
Yeah, it sounds like a good conspiracy, at least.
I mean, they didn't mention it, but it's the 35th anniversary of Metroid this year as well as Zelda. They just sort of ignore
Weird to
Metroid.
not mention that.
Well, they don't like Metroid. Nintendo doesn't like Metroid. It's sold okay in the West, horrible seller in the East.
Weird.
Like, in Japan, it's awful. No one likes it. No one wants to play it. It does okay over here, but...
Strange, isn't it?
Yeah. It's really weird. It's a really cool franchise. Although, having said that, I'm not a fan of Metroidvania. So, I own Metroid 1 and 2, 3. Yeah, and 3. Holy crap. I own a lot of them.
Might as well get number 4 and then have this one.
Maybe. Probably not. I've got the Primes as well. Gee, I think I own all the Metroid games.
Are you sure you're not a Metroid
Ben, you're a
fan?
Nintendo fan. Of course
Yeah, that's
you do.
true. Yeah, first-party Nintendo things I just snap up. Speaking of first-party Nintendo, WarioWare, get it together! Yeah! Have you played WarioWare, Floppy?
I have. I played it on the Wii.
Holy crap, I spent so much time
It's a
playing
lot of
this.
fun. It's actually one I can play with my kids, with
Yeah,
my
well,
younger
this,
kids.
from memory, the Wii version came out just as my daughter was born. So what Parker's mother and I used to do would be play WarioWare when like she went down for a nap.
Yep.
Man, it's such a fun game. This one's got 2-player co-op and is out September 10. What I find interesting about this is Nintendo sent out a survey like last week asking people if they like WarioWare. And so,
Man,
Just
they
in case
devised
it's-
this thing
if
quick.
they got a resounding no, they would have like, we'll just shelve that. We
yeah,
won't.
how well is this going to sell? Like his cast of characters are really popular as well. A lot of people have written fan crap about all the sort of characters who appear within the game. And
Nice.
the 2-player co-op, I think, would be really good. I'm going to pick this up. I'm a big fan.
One of my friends, she's a big WarioWare fan, and she literally lost her mind when this was announced. I said, she's 27, by the way. She's like, I've been waiting for a WarioWare on the Switch my whole life.
Her whole life.
I was like, yeah.
Whole life. Huh? Whole life, Floppy.
Genius decision to give it co-op as well.
Yeah,
Oh,
I completely
perfect.
agree.
Like, that's genius.
Okay, we're going to skip ahead to Advance Wars 1 and 2 reboot. Because Advance Wars was a very popular tactics type game. Advance Wars 1 and 2, they go for a very high price on the old Game Boy Advance. I own one of them, which I got, Yeah, but yeah, very high price. They're very sought after. Really good decision to bring these back. They were developed by Way Forward, who also did the DuckTales remaster on the Wii U and the PS3.
Oh, you don't like that one.
Fantastic remaster. And this looks awesome. This looks really, really great. Again, it's a tactics game. Not a big tactics fan, but it has a huge install base. And when this was announced, I was actually really surprised. Even though I myself wasn't that excited for it, I'm excited that actually people get to have these remakes of the game that they love. Speaking of things they love, time for some Zelda news. Now, the old rapscallions threw a little spanner in the works and said, the following announcement will be the last one for today. And we got the Age of Calamity expansion pass announcement. Oh, really? That's what they're going to end on? All right. So it's out June 18th and November 21. Then EJ Onuma was back with his black background, and I went, oh no, not the black background. No.
Oh, so ominous.
It's not a good sign.
He announced
But it was.
the Game & Watch.
This thing's great.
Yeah.
Can I tell you, they have done everything on this that I said was missing from the Mario one.
Yeah.
A stand on the back,
Yep.
a timer,
Yep.
and a fourth game.
Well, they didn't even have... You had 2 games on the other one.
All right.
So...
They classed it as 2 game. They classed it as 3 programs because they said 2 games and a clock.
Oh,
Well, like it needs 4 things.
yeah. Well, this one has. You got Zelda 1, The Adventure of Link, Zelda 2, and you've got the
Link's
Game Boy
Awakening.
version of Link's Awakening.
And you've got what's the other one called?
It's called...
Zippity bitty bitty pop.
Yeah. Anyway, I've grabbed this. Really, really happy. In my notes, which I was writing live while I was watching this conference the morning after it aired. Holy shit, yes. That's it. Vermin.
Holy
It's called-
shit! Yes.
It's called Vermin, and it's out November
Vermin.
12th.
Yeah. Bibbity bibbity bop.
You might want to jump on it if you do want one. Pre-orders are open now.
Don't leave it too long.
Grab it.
If anything's gonna go the way of like the Mario one did,
Scalpers.
it won't be long.
Yeah. But you can get the Mario one now.
They're relatively cheap too. They're like $80.
Yeah. Well worth it. I probably won't take mine out of the box.
Oh,
Well, how many copies of the game do you need?
I'll find someone that can sell you just an empty box.
No, I want it mint in box. Then the
Be a big turd in the
big
box.
old surprise. Breath of the Wild 2 release.
What were you surprised about?
That they showed anything?
That they showed anything, actually. Yeah. So I've got here break down the trailer, but we are running a little bit long, so we probably won't break down the whole thing. I just want to talk a little bit about it. There's heavy rumors that it might tie into Skyward Sword a little bit.
Really?
There's a possibility that who we think is Ganondorf there may be Demise, who was the villain in Skyward Sword.
Is it the guy who does the weird tongue licky thing?
No, that's someone else.
I had a rumor that we may play as Zelda.
Well, see, that was my thought at the start, because during the trailer, you never saw the player's face.
You're not the only person I've heard say it though.
Yeah, I know, but looking at it, you can see on links. I've gone back and watched this a lot of times. You can see here with that thing going on the arm with the nails. That's where I first thought, oh, hang on, that looks. But then the other footage you see, it's very much the arm thing is scarred up, whoever this person may be. Now, what I do think is going on here is a bit of time travel.
Okay.
I think maybe they're going to bring some Ocarina of Time type physics to it. Remember in the 8th temple or the 7th temple on Ocarina of Time, the desert, you had to do the first half as adult Link, then go to young Link, go back there and finish the temple as young Link, and then go back and as
Never
old Link.
finished it, but okay.
Yeah, really? Fake fan, everyone.